In this video, we'll be briefly discussing the production and release of breast milk. This image shows a diagram of the inside of the breast. In pregnant and lactating women, the majority of the deep tissue of the breast is mammary gland tissue. Mammary glands are basically modified sweat glands. Highly modified sweat glands. Of course, the secretion they produce is significantly different from sweat. Breast milk provides the complete nutritional requirements for a growing infant: the carbohydrates, fats, and protein the infant needs, the necessary vitamins and minerals, too. The carbohydrate present in breast milk is lactose, the same sugar found in cow's milk. Apart from its nutritional contents, breast milk also contains a number of protective factors: maternal antibodies to protect the baby from infections the mother has encountered, growth factors to promote development of the digestive tract, and molecules that inhibit pathogenic viruses and promote the growth of normal, healthy gut microflora. In women who are not pregnant, the majority of the breast is fat tissue. The glandular structure is very undeveloped. The mammary glands are fully developed by the end of the 6th month of pregnancy. At this point, the expectant mother may experience sporadic secretions, leaking breast milk. Development of the mammary glands is under hormonal control. Progesterone and prolactin trigger the growth and maturation of the secretory alveoli during pregnancy. The secretory alveoli are the structures where milk is produced and secreted into the lactiferous duct. The figures on the left here show the differences in how active and inactive mammary glands look under the microscope. In the inactive mammary glands, the secretory alveoli of the gland are much smaller and empty. There is also much more connective tissue between lobules of the mammary gland. In the active mammary gland, the secretory alveoli are much larger, and they're filled with milk that picks up some of the stain and can often be seen under the microscope. Also note that the entire field is taken up by secretory alveoli. There's much less connective tissue in this breast. The image at lower right gives us another view of actively lactating mammary tissue. You can see the enlarged, milk-filled secretory alveoli and lactiferous ducts. Of course, it's not enough to just make the milk. You have to get it into the breastfeeding infant. There is a reflexive circuit that triggers the contraction of myoepithelial cells in the mammary glands. Myoepithelial cells are specialized cells found in glandular tissue that contract to squeeze secretions out of the gland. The breast milk release reflex, the letdown reflex, begins with mechanical stimulation of the nipple. This stimulation occurs as the baby suckles at the breast. This mechanical stimulation sends signals to the hypothalamus. Remember from the endocrine system that the hypothalamus controls the pituitary gland. When the nipple is stimulated, the hypothalamus triggers the posterior pituitary to release oxytocin. Oxytocin triggers contraction of the myoepithelial cells in the mammary glands and release of breast milk through openings in the nipple. Since this reflex is routed through the brain, there can be input from other areas of the brain. Some mothers will experience milk ejection when they hear an infant crying, without the mechanical stimulation. Sometimes it doesn't even have to be their child. Higher order brain functions can also inhibit milk release. Stress and pain both reduce oxytocin production. Sometimes even distraction can reduce oxytocin levels and thereby reduce milk letdown. Oxytocin is also thought to play a role in bonding between mother and child. Oxytocin is sometimes referred to as the trust hormone. People who are given a dose of oxytocin are more likely to display trust even in strangers. This psychological role is thought to strengthen the mother-infant relationship. After studying this video, you should be able to identify mammary glands in a diagram of the breast, Distinguish between active and inactive mammary tissue under the microscope. Describe the letdown reflex, stimulus, effector, and response, and discuss factors that affect milk letdown. And describe the role of oxytocin and prolactin in lactation.